RetroDaze.
Who would win in a fight between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the X-Men? Wouldn't it be cool if Sam Beckett could leap into someone from Star Trek The Next Generation? What would happen if Balky Bartakamus met Mork? These are the kinds of questions I'd often ponder or pose to my friends back when I was a kid. It was always fun to imagine these impossible scenarios that could never actually happen.
Then again, sometimes the powers that be were aware of our pop culture cravings and offered up solutions, like Freddy vs. Jason or the 1996 video game X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Every now and then, the planets aligned in the most unlikely of places, television sitcoms. Why television sitcoms? Well, as much as I'd love to believe the writers were coming up with crazy crossover ideas because they were integral to the storylines being told in their shows, the truth is more likely that producers and marketing execs saw a chance to cross-promote and bump up ratings. After all, why not throw that super popular character from one of your other shows into a new series searching for an audience? Okay, maybe I'm just being cynical. There had to be times when it was done for the fun of it, without ratings in mind, or when a previously spun-off show invites people back from the original series as fan service. Or, in the case of TGIF, when all of the shows connect in a much larger way, starting with a surprising spin-off.
So, Carl, how's it going?
Oh, great. We're this close to busting a big politician.
But hey, I can sleep tomorrow.
Let's talk. Cousin, I thought you were going to bed.
Well, suddenly I feel wide awake. Guess I'm getting my second wind.
I'll get the antacid.
So, Carl, you're closing in on a corrupt politician?
Yeah, I really want to nail this guy. And we're about to spring a trap for him and a big mob kingpin.
Cousin, you want a spoon or will you be chug-a-lugging tonight?
Chug-a-lugging.
And I've got to remember, I'm talking to a member of the Chronicle's investigative reporting team. I wouldn't want to see this on the front page.
Yes, Family Matters was actually a spin-off of Perfect Strangers. The Perfect Strangers connection was initially Harriet Winslow, who worked as an elevator operator in the same building that Larry and Balky went to work. However, according to John Shin for CBR.com, Carl also debuted on the show in an episode called Crime Busters, in which he helped Larry get a scoop for an investigative report. His appearance set the stage for Family Matters, which also cemented the two series existed in the same fictional universe well before such things became popular on TV. And they weren't the only ones.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done, TGIF.
Perhaps even more interesting than Family Matters spinning off from Perfect Strangers, and the thing that allowed for the crossovers we're about to discuss, was that many of the TGIF shows in the 80s through the 90s were actually part of one giant shared universe, often referred to as the Miller-Boyett shared universe. Miller-Boyett Productions developed television sitcoms from the 1970s through the 1990s and previously created a shared universe of shows with Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and Mork and Mindy as well. Technically, this was Miller-Milkus, then in 1981, Miller-Milkus-Boyett. They continued this trend with the TGIF shows Full House, Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, and Step by Step, with there being some contention over the possibility of a small connection between Family Matters and Boy Meets World as well, but more on that later.
Friday, when Urkel goes up on Family Matters, he comes down on Step by Step. On television first.
Did I do that?
It's a special hour.
Oh, I heard about you and Roger.
I'm sick about getting advice about being dumped for people who have never been dumped.
Catch Urkel twice on TGIF Friday.
If that commercial looks familiar to you, it's likely you're a regular viewer of the channel because it was part of a larger segment focused on Steve Urkel. It was this clip that first gave editor Alyssa the idea for today's topic, and one that sent us all spiraling down the TGIF crossover rabbit hole. The episodes in question aired during ABC's TGIF lineup for Friday, September 27th, 1991, which started with the Family Matters episode Brain Over Brawn at 8 p.m., followed by Step by Step's new episode, The Dance. Now, interestingly, this was only the second episode of Step by Step, and they were already tossing Urkel into the mix, even as they should have been more focused on establishing the new series characters and premises. One can see how producers were likely leveraging Steve Urkel's extreme popularity to get some early viewership for Step by Step and keep people watching that evening's block of shows. Now, frankly, it was a pretty innovative idea to have Urkel blast off at the end of Family Matters, only to crash down into another television series. Not revealed in the commercial are the last moments after Steve crashes through the roof. He can be seen flying across the night sky as he screams. Urkel is then featured prominently in the episode.
Al, you decided to come.
Give me good advice, Dad. Steve helped me to see that.
Well, actually, Al just had the good sense to listen to my good sense about your good sense. Am I making any sense?
No, but it doesn't matter, Al. I'm proud of you.
And you look so pretty, I hardly recognized you. I mean, it's just that I've never seen you in a dress before. It's a good look on you.
Now, come on, Al. Let's get down, let's get funky. Let's boogie till they call the cops.
Al? Is that you?
Hi, Roger. This is the guy.
Wow. You look really great without your catcher's mask. Look, my date's getting some punch. You want to dance?
Why, Roger, you're asking me to dance?
Well, yeah.
Then there's only one thing I can say. Take a hike, Moonface.
Wow. You were great. Well, usually when I say something like that, I end up crawling on the floor looking for my glasses.
I'm glad you made me come to the dance tonight, Steve. I owe you one.
Hey, an easy debt to repay. May I have this dance?
You got it.
Now, as it happens, there were a couple more instances where Steve interacted with Step by Step, though not always in a fleshed-out crossover. Sometimes, instead, the characters from various TGIF series would break the fourth wall in bumpers, introducing other television shows while still in character, which was kind of weird.
Something's coming to me. It's a brand new show called Step by Step, and it's up next.
Carol Foster and Frank Lambert meet on a vacation in Jamaica that launches them on an adventure of a lifetime.
I'm getting a vision. I see a woman. I see a man. Whoa, I see 6 kids under one roof. I see an enormous line for the bathroom.
Let's just see the show.
I know these are just sitcoms and not to be taken too seriously, but it sort of breaks my brain that Steve Urkel is aware of Step by Step as a television show, but then also appears on that show without any awareness of being filmed. Like I said, weird. Otherwise, the only other appearance on Step by Step was a brief non-speaking cameo in Season 7, Episode 2, A Star is Born. However, he does appear on other TGIF shows.
Friday, the Tanners have a special guest.
How annoying could one kid be?
It's an all-new Full House when Urkel struts his stuff.
Though there are some other minor connections that we'll talk about between Family Matters and Full House, the main one is when Urkel appears in Season 4, Episode 16, Stephanie Gets Framed. Part of the episode's plot focuses on Stephanie, who's having problems reading at school. After a trip to the optometrist, she's given reading glasses, but feels self-conscious about the way she looks while wearing them. This is where Steve Urkel comes into play. He's in town visiting his cousin, who happens to be DJ's friend, Julie. He gives Stephanie some advice about wearing glasses, which seems to help, but she focuses a bit too much on the make them laugh with you part and decides to use Joey's funny glasses in class. Eventually, it's Joey who gets through to Stephanie by the end of the episode, and she accepts herself with her new glasses. Besides this featured appearance by Urkel, Michelle from Full House also shows up in 2 of those fourth wall breaking promos with Steve and Laura. Oh, speaking of breaking the fourth wall.
Hi, honey, I'm home. You're not honey.
No, who are you, man?
Who am I? I'm Jason Seaver. This is my house. Who are you?
My name is Mark Curry. We're doing my new sitcom here, hanging with Mr. Cooper.
No. This is the Seaver's house. Hey, Ben, you're grounded. Mike, go to your room.
I was wondering who those white people were in that picture. You know what I thought it was? You know, you buy a picture and white people come with it. I thought that's what it was. That's you. Alan Thicke, you're not Seaver.
No, that's
How you
right. Yes,
doing?
yes, I am Alan Thicke. Hi. And you're Mark.
I'm Mark Curry.
Mark Curry, yeah.
New sitcom with Holly Robinson, Don Lewis.
Oh, they're good. A new, and you're going to use.
Yeah, we took over because yours was canceled, wasn't it? You need
No,
this.
it was retired. You say retired after 7 years. Not...
Oh no, you say rich after 7 years.
Well, you know that's just as
You gonna
well.
take that?
But yeah, and that
Oh,
was,
so you can take this thing. It looks kind of demonic. Also, take that too. Okay, anything else? What about the piano?
No. Good luck. Good
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope I do 7 years like you.
Yeah, and then you have a good life afterwards. I'm doing a parade. I'm not. Well, good luck here in the hood.
Yeah, there you go. Better
Listen, if you ever need a white guy. No, okay.
Oh, okay.
You're on the same network?
ABC, one of the best.
Hey, there. Hey, #1 alphabetically.
There we go.
For the very first episode of Hanging with Mr. Cooper, ABC pulled Alan Thicke back into action after Growing Pains had gone off the air a few months earlier. While this probably doesn't count as an official crossover since it's occurring outside of the reality of the series itself, it is still a cool use of the extended universe, especially considering the first episode of Hanging with Mr. Cooper is shot on the set of Growing Pains, which Mark Curry mentions again during the opening of the second episode as they move on to their own set. The second episode had another surprise in store as well.
Hey, got your little baby Air Jordans on. What's up, buddy? Hey, cutie pie. Hi. Hi, come on in. Oh, of course. Put up your zipper, buddy. There you go. All right, let's have a seat, kids. All right, sit down. Simon says sit down. That's what sit down's a rotten egg. Big Bird says sit down. Whoa. Well, how'd you do that?
I rang the quiet bell.
Well, thank you, little person.
My name is Michelle Tanner. I'm the special helper of the week.
Well, if I need some special help, I'm going to call my special helper.
You catch on very quick.
Hello, youngsters. Your teacher is out sick today, and I'm your new teacher, Mr. Cooper. Can you all say Mr. Cooper?
Like Urkel appearing on Step by Step, again we're seeing the use of a popular character from an established show being brought in to bolster the launch of a new series. This one is even more surprising because a case can be made for Hanging with Mr. Cooper not technically being part of the Miller-Boyett shared universe. In fact, it wasn't even part of the TGIF lineup during the first season, though this would change for season 2. Now, clearly the series must be considered as existing in the same universe as Full House, and by association must exist in the same world as the rest of the interconnected series, even if, say, Steve Urkel never appeared directly on the show.
We spoke on the phone. I'm Jesse, and this is Michelle, the butt buster.
Come on in. Well, aren't you cute?
Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Thanks.
We're Mark's roommates. I'm Vanessa, and that's
Vanessa.
Robin.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hi. Listen, thanks for letting Michelle come over. She feels real bad about what happened today.
I really do.
Oh, now don't you worry. Mr. Cooper's gonna feel much better once he sees you.
Now, don't be so sure about that.
Hey, listen, Munchkin, I'll be back in 2 hours, okay? I'm going to get my hair cut.
Oh, I like your hair like that.
Really? Well, thanks. It's, I'm trying a new thing. I got this kind of avocado mousse gel thing kind of happening, But today I try to switch it up a little. And usually I use 2/3 mousse and then 1/3 gel. Today I switched it 1/3 gel, 2/3 mousse. Kind of throw things off a little bit, kind of shock the hair to a whole new,
Jesse, nobody cares about your hair.
That hurts, Michelle. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Mark, you got a visitor.
Who is it?
It's me, Michelle.
Oh, goody.
I wrote a song for you.
Oh, we'd love to hear your song.
Mr. Cooper, please get well from your little pal Michelle. We had so much fun in class. I'm sorry that you broke your tushy.
Nice song, Whitney.
The only reason some don't assign it as part of the Miller-Boyett universe is due to the rather bland distinction that it was produced by Jeff Franklin Productions in association with Warner Brothers rather than directly by Miller-Boyett. On the other hand, some may point out that Jeff Franklin also created Full House, and Warner Brothers Television, formerly Lorimar Television, was the same production company used for most Miller-Boyett shows. Now personally, I don't think this makes a difference because the crossovers happened, and after high ratings in season 1, Hanging with Mr. Cooper became an official TGIF sitcom.
To make sure that you go from one stunt to the next in style, you'll be riding the Risk It All Commode Cab. Kelly?
That's right, Big. It's an American Imperial Whisper Flush with a patent cushioned seat, compliments of Cunningham Hardware, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
As we mentioned earlier, the first set of sitcoms that shared a universe from Miller Boyett, sometimes called the Marshall era, were Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, and Joni Loves Chachi. At least one small connection was made between the older and newer shared universes, and that was through the previous clip mentioning that the toilet had come from Cunningham Hardware in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a direct link to Happy Days. And speaking of tenuous connections, I mentioned some viewers argue that Boy Meets World connects to the larger TGIF shared universe. The reason it's a slightly debated topic is that Boy Meets World was produced by Michael Jacobs Productions and Touchstone Television, not Miller Boyett Productions. However, the brief crossover it has with Step by Step, in my opinion, places it firmly in the shared universe, even if we can't technically call it part of the Miller Boyett universe. On May 3rd, 1996, Step by Step aired part one of a two-parter where the family goes on vacation to Disney World. Sandwiched in between this two-parter, Boy Meets World aired The Happiest Show on Earth, which also featured characters going to Disney World. During the Boy Meets World episode, they briefly interact with Dana from Step by Step. Additionally, in the Family Matters episode Beauty and the Beast, Urkel mentions Corey Matthews as a friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Salem the Cat.
Tonight, Sabrina and I are taking you traveling through time as we visit every show on TGIF and send them back into the past. Yeah! But first, let's find out what TGIF stands for this week. Time Goes Insane Friday. This is the way time usually travels. It makes sense. But this is the way time travels on Insane Friday. It's out of control. Just moments from now, Sabrina is going back to the 60s.
And finally, we have the weirdest sitcom crossover event of the 90s, the TGIF Time Warp. The premise, as set up in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch episode Inagata Sabrina, is that Salem eats a time crystal, which has the effect of transporting entire shows into different decades. From this point, Salem appears in each of the TGIF shows that were airing that night, including Boy Meets World, No Guts, No Corey, You Wish, Genie Without a Cause, and Teen Angel, One Dog Night. Not only does Salem cross into the other shows, but Sabrina herself appears in Teen Angel. Sabrina also crosses over into Boy Meets World directly in the episode The Witches of Pembroke, which was not part of the Time Warp event.
I love this balcony.
You do?
Yeah, it's got a great view of the river. And you can see that guy watching TV in his underwear.
I've seen him. I was actually just wondering if seeing Valaris did anything for you.
Is that his name? Why are you so nervous?
I'm sorry, Sabrina. My buddy just came off kind of a spooky relationship. He was dating a, I'll just say it. He was dating a witch.
What's so spooky about that? So what's next?
I don't know, I figure maybe we'll go get a bite to eat. Is that good? All right, cool. Hey, Sean! Want us to pick you up something, man?
No, thanks. I'm feeling a little bloated.
See you, Sean.
You gotta love Halloween.
Now doing a little crossover math in my head here, let's see. Boy Meets World plus Sabrina divided by Time Warp Carrie the Salem, and yeah, I think that checks out. We can decisively say that Boy Meets World acts as a connection between the classic Miller Boyett shared universe and the later 90s TGIF series that were part of the Time Warp event. It's tenuous, especially when it comes to Teen Angel and You Wish, but it exists. TGIF shows weren't the only ones to play with crossover events, and while we've already had a list for future episodes, a few extra suggestions wouldn't hurt. So what other sitcom crossovers would you like to hear about in future episodes? Which ones from today's episode do you remember? You know I would love to hear about it down in the comments. And if you enjoy our content, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and maybe even activating that ubiquitous notification bell, because it really does make a huge difference. Let's meet again next week to celebrate Yesteryear right here on RetroDaze.
Clicky clacky.